Hey YouTube, Merry Christmas! Yeah, or if
happy holidays?
Happy holidays for people that don't celebrate Christmas.
Thinking about everybody.
This is my third vlog, and for this one it's a special holiday edition, so I decided to ask David, one of my good friends, to come over and do the video for me. And just a little bit of a background for people who don't know. David and I actually first met up because of Dance Central, right?
Yep.
So how did it initially play out? If you remember.
I think MMC was posting a tweet about In-N-Out, some food in California, and I think we both commented on her tweet about really missing In-N-Out because that stuff's the best, man.
The best, super.
And after that we found out we both lived in California at some point, and then we asked each other, oh, where do you live now? Both in Vancouver. So
what are the odds? Although I find the transition usually for people that want to move countries, but not do too much of a radical shift, is to move from California to Vancouver.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Kind of, I mean, it's a different enough city, you feel like in a different country, but it's still kind of the same.
Yeah, Vancouver's pretty much smaller, cleaner. San Francisco.
Yeah. A little more orderly, a lot less kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say.
With snow.
With snow.
I guess.
Yeah, like it was snowing today. It snowed this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. So you live right around just outside the city area. Did it snow where you were?
Yeah, yeah. There's still a bunch of snow there, and I hate it. It used to be charming because I didn't grow up with snow.
Okay.
That quickly wore off.
Right.
After I made my first snowman.
And you're like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah, it wore off immediately after that.
Out of my system. No, I know. Like, I think where I got my snow initiation was when I first moved to the U.S. I stayed with an aunt of mine in the Midwest, specifically like the Chicago area, for 4 months during the worst winter the city had ever seen. And of course, her initiation was, well, you know, you don't live in, the Philippines anymore, so I'm gonna just treat you just like my own kids. So you're doing dishes, and this one night you have to shovel the driveway, you have to salt everything. I'm just like, what? So I had to learn pretty quickly to adjust and adapt. And yeah, snow wasn't my best friend for a long while after that.
I can't even tell the temperature here.
Yeah.
I've been here for 6 years and I can't tell the temperature still.
No, it's a weird. It's adjusting. Well, centigrade makes more sense. Celsius, centigrade. But Fahrenheit, you kind of get used to it. When you hear like 100, oh, it's really hot, or whatever. But then, admittedly, it's 0. It's easy enough, man. It's 0 and it's freezing. And there you go.
I guess. When they tell me it's like 5, it feels like I'm going to die.
Well, that's because you have absolutely no fat on you. So, whereas... Okay. Yes. So it's
Fair enough.
So as you notice, we actually have a few treats blocking and who cares? Blocking the label or something. On the table, because just on a whim, like we were out buying drinks, and we are like, why don't we just buy some snacks as well from the Japanese supermarket? And so a lot of this I've never had before. So I'm looking forward to throughout the entire vlog, just kind of snacking individually on these things and seeing what they taste like.
Let's hope it's not disgusting.
I'm hoping it's not disgusting. So let's start with something that's safe. Let's start with these rice cakes with bean jam. Okay,
yeah, let's start with the most messy thing.
Yeah, I've had that. Well, you have your napkin over there. I've had mochi before. It's really good. If you haven't, it essentially is kind of a gelatinous cold treat filled with red bean paste.
You sell it so well. Gelatinous.
Gelatinous. Well, I wasn't an editor.
I
wasn't an editor for a major gaming company for nothing. Okay. That was very short-lived. Okay, so we are starting off first with
the first food and our first topic at hand.
I have to say, I kind of wasn't expecting this to smell a little funky, but you know what? I'm gonna eat it anyway. I don't care. All right.
You're doing better and better selling me on this.
What are you talking about? You've had this before, right?
Not when you tell me it smells weird.
Okay, see, it's kind of like goopy and... Anyway, here we go. I had it before. Anyway, so we're going to be asking several questions throughout the whole thing. A lot of them Dance Central related, and some maybe no, maybe you can go off topic just because, like, whatever.
Well, we're just eating and we're drinking, so
yeah, so
don't hold us to anything.
Yeah, so anything goes. And so, yeah, so and I have no idea how long this video is going to be at this point. I think we're like 5 minutes in, we still haven't done shit. So, what are you going to do?
Let's just drink more.
Yeah, I know. At some point it'd be like
That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So, let's see. I tried coming up with some questions here. Rudimentary questions. Okay. So, seeing as this is like the holiday for being giving, for being thankful. So let's go into a question Dance Central related, as far as things that we're wishing for, you know, that we kind of hope for, that we're grateful for, but at the same time we're hoping for in the future. So one of the things is that's easiest to kind of come up with is a lot of people ask me, ask David, like, oh, who's your favorite character in Dance Central? You know, we have. You know, I've already said that Mo is my favorite guy, and David is, I don't know, the hair and I don't know, like.
Were you gonna say the Asian?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Asian.
We're gonna be racist?
Really racist? Racist? No. Hey, I'm Asian. I can get. Oh, actually, that's never. I have to admit, that is never a fair excuse to say like, oh, I can be racist towards my own kind.
Yeah,
it's like
it's completely
you
fair.
just don't want to. Well, it can be fair given the correct context, but there's a lot of situations where it's like you don't want to be self-hating. Anyway, moving on. We're off track here. Moving on here. I've said my favorite is Mo. David said his is Glitch. Clearly,
Why
the guy
best buds?
Yeah, the guy dresses up as Glitch. Again, he is not actually Glitch.
No.
As much as you would love for him to be actually Glitch, he's not actually Glitch.
No.
So, just to get that straight, for all the people that do DeviantArt stuff.
I see it.
They see it.
I've seen it.
It's easy enough to do a filter on DeviantArt for
and
art.
Tumblr.
And Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Very easy.
It. I see it all.
Yeah. So, better watch yourselves. So anyway, if as far as a wish, if the question is, what if you could make your own Dance Central character, what would you pick? So let's start with you, David. Who would you, or would you rather start with me? Like,
you can go first.
Okay.
You can go first.
Okay, if I could make a character in Dance Central, seriously, and what I think the game sorely lacks, is a person of girth, of relative heft, that can still move and enjoy himself and look good doing dancing, but, you know, maybe not is real thin. He can't necessarily pull off skinny jeans, or, you know, otherwise he'll look like a sausage roll or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I'd like to see a bigger character in the game, just because I think there's a you know, bigger people need to be represented too. I'd like to be represented in the game. I don't see why not. I think there's definitely technological limitations for why they don't have it in the game, which I completely understand. But if mainly clipping, you know, you want the elbows passing through the waist to really do these things, and it's just like, why is he gripping his spine? Like, it's not working. So yeah, so it's I understand why they don't have it in the game, but if I'm wishing for stuff, I don't have to be realistic about my wishes. That would be what I'd wish for. A fat person in Dance Central.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
That would be totally awesome.
With the issue of clipping, they seem to get by fine with, like, Kichi has those claws.
Mm-hmm.
She manages to do all that stuff just fine.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
every move.
Yeah, despite like the mutilation.
It's so close to shredding her own face.
Oh no, she just managed to mutilate herself once in a while. It's kind of interesting in some ways. Like, oh man, she's kind of hardcore, man. She's just like dipping her claws, jaws, and shaking.
That into it.
Yeah, that much into it. So, how about you? If you could have a character, who would you design?
I honestly don't know anymore. I thought, like, after Dance Central 1, I thought it would be nice to have, like, a little Asian kid. Dance Central 2, Glitch comes in, and what else can I ask for? I remember seeing him in the first Gamescom trailer, and it's just, I found the only character I ever need anymore, ever.
Right. True, it seemed like an easy choice.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I used to do my hair like that anyway, sans the streak, of course, but guess I'm not as punky and bratty as Glitch can be, but it's all part of his charm. No, I love him as a character, and that would have been what I would want from a kid. Like he has this video game references to high-tech, gadgety little kid,
Right.
kind of reminiscent of that. Who's that kid from Goonies?
Gizmo? Gadget? Oh my god, we're so gonna get flamed on the comments for this.
I was born in '88, so I have an excuse.
Well, I don't have an excuse, I don't remember his name.
But like he carrying around the backpack with all the gadgets.
He was a stereotypical Asian kid.
Yeah.
He was a smart Asian kid, all the gadgets and stuff with a funny accent.
So it's like a modernized version of that.
Right.
And I like that.
Cool.
So
with more of like more of a swag, kind of a hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
Hip hop vibe for sure. Cool. Yeah, that works fine. Okay, if before we move on to the next question, let's move on to the next snack. So, let's go for It's kind of a all right. It's not super. It's kind of fudgy. It's the same thing. Okay, so this is another thing I picked up in the store. It's called Royal Milk Tea, and it's by a company named Kokonama. So La Chocolatière. Oh my god. I swear to God.
A+ French. Right there.
I swear to God, I can pronounce stuff better than this. It's not my night. So this looks like to be some fudgy milk chocolate stuff. What?
It's so weird when people smell the food.
Ah, come on, just go have a piece. It wasn't like I stuffed my nose in there.
Yes.
All right. I figured this is like. I guess it's kind of like tea. Yeah, it is like a milk tea. Yeah. I guess I can kind of see the black tea in there, and it's sugary and creamy.
I was just expecting a bit like a fudgy taste.
Yeah.
But no, that's just straight up milk tea flavor.
Yeah, if I had my eyes closed eating this, it would probably be just like white chocolate in me. It's like really pure sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. The consistency is really nice. The texture, the mouthfeel. It's really spectacular.
It's sweet.
Yeah. It tastes good.
Yeah. It's candy. I don't know.
It's candy.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. That gets a thumbs up from me. Although at $5 a container, I don't know if I will give those other gifts as gifts. Anyway. So next question is, if you could have a favorite. Oh, look, and if you didn't notice already, our little fireplace in the back is popping merrily behind us.
And it's 10 to the fire now and then.
Yeah, there's it's like $3,000 fire. Sharp objects, no. So, okay. So next question is, okay, and this is again a pretty popular one. I'm sure all of you have your opinions on, but if you could have, what's your as far as a wish list? What's your wish list for songs that you could have in the game? He's clearly overwhelmed by this question, and he has a hard time replying.
A little gassy.
A little gassy.
Songs that I would want?
There's not any specific songs, but artists who you want to see. You know, if you have a favorite particular track.
I feel bad because I heard that Harmonix tried really hard to get Exile into Dance Central 2, and to have like more international songs, to have J-pop in Dance Central 2, and Annette told me that is the least played song in Dance Central 2.
Yeah,
and
we kind of got it straight from
that was a huge bummer, and so they don't really have much of a incentive, I guess, to
we're uncensored and unedited here, folks. Clearly.
They don't have much of an incentive to keep going with the J-pop, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like some more. Back in my day, we didn't listen to Korean pop music. It was Japanese pop music.
Bring your mic.
Let me tell you, youngins. And I think it'd be nice to have more Japanese artists in Dance Central. People like Perfume would lend itself really well to dance tracks. Daichi Miura, very, very nice dance tracks. And I think Daichi is actually under the same record label as Exile as well. So that totally, oh, look at the possibilities. They can just have more AVEX tracks, but that kind of stopped dead in its tracks.
Right. Oh, and that rhymes too. Sort of.
But I guess Korean pop is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of really big right now. You know, what with Psy and Gangnam Style.
Yeah, and at PAX, people played the crap out of that 21 song.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, we were pretty much at the booth for the 3 days at the Harmonix booth with playing Dance Central 3, watching other people playing Dance Central 3 for the 3 days of PAX. And yeah, the majority, it was weird, there were weird waves and like song selections that we weren't expecting, but yeah, To Anyone got a lot of play. Sexy I Know It got a lot of play. Although I think for the most part, I think if people didn't know what they wanted to dance, that was the first suggestion that whoever was manning the controls made, just because like it's a fun song and a good routine, so it's kind of an easy choice.
Weird one on the first day, on Friday, people kept playing Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who played Cupid
That
Shuffle.
shocked me.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was that popular. Yeah. And then nobody played it ever again.
At all.
On Saturday
and
Sunday.
At all. No one touched it. Yeah, it was weird. It's like they got out of their systems the first day and they were just like done with it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those weird things where it's almost like you want to be able to do a study on it as far as like people's patterns and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, that sounds like schoolwork. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So as far as me, like what I would love to see in Dance Central, definitely I'd love to see. Well, as far as like doing K-pop, I'd love to see effects. I think like New ABO was a freaking awesome track. I would love to see a lot more electronic music because I think like Take Over Control is an awesome song and a great routine by Spiky. Sorry, yeah. So that was like. I love that they threw Afrojack in the game. Call me weird. I actually wouldn't mind seeing 9 Inch Nails in there, but it's not really dancey. But it's kind of more of a tan step kind of thing vibe, where it could be a little more like kind of jarring, a little bit kind of more of a harder edge thing. It's probably not going to be super popular. But then again, I mean they've already done 9 Inch Nails for Rock Band. So it seems like we have a license for it.
So the translation into a dance game
is natural and progressive.
Yeah.
It's like, why not? I'm just saying. When I hear 9 Inch Nails, it makes me want to dance. So that's me. You know, it's not even. I can't. I'm not kidding. It's just like it is. I mean, then again, it's like if you give me like if someone taps their foot or I hear like a train go by, it makes me want to dance to whatever. I'm kind of crazy that way. Alright, so that's that. Let's move on to the next snack. I don't know if we should like completely...
Yeah, maybe we should just go for the ice cream.
Yeah, go for the ice cream because this ice cream is literally, it is ice cream. So, and this room is starting to get warm. So, probably better
I think
have this now.
You drinking.
Yeah, that is me
one.
drinking. Okay, here's one. Maybe we should get her I wonder if we should get a plate for this. That's good. Alright, so this is... It's
like a matcha popsicle filled with red bean.
Yeah, it's frozen frozen green tea bars with sweet azuki bean. So it's red bean inside. Yeah, because clearly we thought this through that desserts like ice cream stuff goes really well with alcohol. It doesn't. People are wondering at this point, why am I watching 10 minutes of guys eating food?
Because we're drunk.
We're not that drunk yet.
Because we'll get drunk.
We'll get there. We'd have to drink. Yep, we have to drink quicker. Alright, I say we down. I say we shoot whatever stuff.
No!
And just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just no throwing up. Alright, go. Yeah. That's the stuff.
It still tastes the matcha.
Yeah. And remember, you have to be of legal age in your state and country to drink before you do any of this stuff.
Or know someone.
Or know. This is a family show.
Back in my day.
This is a family show where we say shit all the time. It's funny thing about that. I mean, like, I actually refrain. I really do refrain from saying swear words in any of the videos I'm in, or even on Twitter. Not lately. Just because I just think it's better to not use them, and also realize there are a lot of younger viewers out there that I really would much rather not expose to that kind of language. But at the same time, you know, you're kind of getting who I am. Like this is not an affectation. This is pretty much how I am, even when the cameras are turned off. So once in a while I'll swear, then that's kind of what it is. And it's not that I'm like, I want to tell sailors that they don't got nothing on me, but like it's at the same time it's like sometimes it'll just slip. It'll be like, oh shit, you know, and
I have a potty mouth. I remember earlier on he used to tell me specifically to remember to not to swear.
I did.
I had to keep that in the back of my head. I don't know if I slipped.
No, you actually didn't. Any of the choreographer series videos that we've done, like none of them had any swear.
Okay.
We're all really good about it. We were like, oh darn it! Oh dang!
It was fiddlesticks.
Oh fiddlesticks! It was all very wholesome. And you know what? Once you crack through the outer part of this, you get to the bean part. It's actually really sweet. Yes, sweet.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, I think we just lost like 10 people, 10 viewers right now. Dance Central 3 has been out for a few months now. The other realization is that it is kind of coming up towards the end of the cycle for the Xbox 360 and the Kinect. Inevitably, we're going to have a new Kinect and a new Xbox machine come out, possibly in holiday, even of 2013. Who knows? In a year, we could have a new Xbox. And so, of course, we're going to have a new Dance Central. We have to have Dance Central 4 come out at some point. I mean, I feel like it's inevitable. Like they're going to have to really kind of carry the thing through. The game practically carried Kinect on its back by itself.
It really
did.
It
really did. I mean,
it really did.
Like I can't imagine like having to connect without Dance Central. Like I would not have ever gotten to Connect if it wasn't for Dance Central. No way. Like when I saw Dance Central, that was like, yep, that's it. I'm buying the Connect because I want that game. That's the only thing that's the only game I've really played on Connect. And
not to dismiss great games like Gunslinger or Child of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they don't feel as much as like peripheral sellers as Dance Central.
Yeah. Like you feel that with Dance Central you're kind of getting the full experience of what Connect can deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And before this turns into a marketing sales thing, pitch. Yeah, so Dance Central 4. Next question is, David, if you were to have a feature in Dance Central 4, what feature would that be? Most wanted feature.
People keep requesting online battles, but I feel that that's not completely necessary. I've never thought of that as anything that I would particularly need. But what I would like is, since we're getting more advanced hardware, just much more accurate tracking would be something that I'd absolutely love.
Yeah.
Because the Kinect can like track limbs and stuff like that, but not like hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be awesome if they could, exactly, if they could get stuff like that into there.
Yeah. I agree completely actually, and branching off what you just said. Like I think that also there's a possibility once we do have a Kinect with better, with more refined tracking, if we could have possibly a setting in the game that's kind of more like a hardcore setting where the Kinect could be really, really brutal about how it rated moves. Because then you would really feel like, oh, you have to really get your arm like this. You have to get every single movement. If you're doing a wacky motion, not just doing this and getting flawless for it. If you actually have to do this, like, and you actually went and you put the effort in to actually I sure as heck did. I mean, I freaking learned how to. I broke my wrist trying this over and over again just to make sure it looked good when I got it on film, and it's still kind of shitty, but like, you know, I figure at least that happened, you know, because like if that's what the choreographer wanted to show in the move, I sure as heck wanted to do it as well. So
it's that moving satellite that flawless.
Yeah.
Which is just nothing on harmonics. It's just the tracking technology, right?
No.
So it's just once it gets more advanced, it can only get more strict and more accurate.
Yeah.
Which I think would just be amazing in of itself.
Yeah, and imagine if you could put more tutting. If you could put more tutting in routines, holy crap! Where's my sleeping bag? I'm gonna line up at the store to pick this game up. It is like, it kind of just furthers the idea that if you have like a way to be able to learn and try these routines within the comfort of your own living room, so you don't have to like worry about like surrounding yourself in a room with expert dancers at a studio, and like, oh, am I gonna learn how to figure out like how to do this movement stuff, and then feel like embarrassed for it. By the way, you shouldn't be embarrassed if you ever did show up at just to preempt that. Just you should never be embarrassed showing up for a dance class because you're there to learn. So I highly recommend going to dance class. But if you don't have kind of the inkling at this point because you if you just really think that's not my scene and much rather not go to a class and be surrounded by other people, whatever, I'm gonna drag you to a dance class at some point. I'm really trying to convince this guy to show up at a dance class. A beginner class, I will go to a beginner class, like just because I'm more comfortable in a beginner class. Like it would be good.
Anyway,
put it back on. It like you notice his reindeer ears have reindeers on them.
Yeah,
it's a little redundant. I think it's like reindeer ears with reindeers.
Meta.
It's meta. It's self-referential. That's what that is. So yes, but you can learn. Imagine being able to move, being able to learn all these like interesting routines in your own home, and not have to go out. And then you actually being rated well on it, and you actually learning it as it's supposed to look like instead of just approximating what it's supposed to be. That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be really, really awesome. Next question. Okay, more of a serious tone. We're not done with this yet, so we're going to keep eating before we move on to the next snack. Okay, next question is, okay, I'll be honest, I love the fact that they've progressed with the difficulties in Dance Central. So you can clearly see where the moves, the routines in Dance Central 1 have progressed into what Dance Central 2 was able to offer with difficulty. And even further now with Dance Central 3. Like, OMG alone, my god, blows everything out the water as far as difficulty. Who knew that was something that we would eventually be doing in Dance Central? But that said, I have noticed, and I'm sure, and David's noticed as well, that there are some difficulty ratings for some routines in Dance Central 3 that kind of seem a little. It kind of made us question exactly what the logic was behind why some songs were rated a certain way. Like for instance, we have a routine like
Bieber?
Yeah, like the Bieber song "Boyfriend." It's by Nick Demora. It's at level 3. It's a 3 out of 7. That compared to a routine like Samba de Janeiro, which is a 5 out of 7, which is and that routine, by the way, is by Chanel. Really excellent routine as well. But I kind of didn't understand why the Bieber routine was a 3, considering they had a lot of really intricate kind of like movements. Granted, they repeated a lot. But then you had Samba de Janeiro, which was totally just like, it was, the point of the song, of the routine, was just really to be balls to the wall, kind of just all out fun, and just throwing your arms around and having a good time. But it did repeat a lot. It was a lot of just do it to the left, and then do it to the right, do it to the left, do it to the right. And then David brought up something before that was really interesting, how with Samba de Janeiro, there was that one move that if you really did try to accurately pull it off, it was really, really hard to do, and that was the one where you're crouched all the way down on your haunches and you're kicking your feet out and you're doing this arm movement. But then that's really hard. Even when I did the gameplay video for it, it was I couldn't go all the way down. It was just my knees would have given out. It's just not gonna happen. So that was really hard to do, sure. But that was one move out of the entire routine, and I just didn't feel that the rest of it kind of warranted it a 5 out of 7. Whereas Boyfriend was just like, I don't know. I think it did the game. I tried the routine cold. I don't think I even got 5 star. I think I got a 4-star thing. I don't know, something. It just wasn't. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I didn't do too well on that.
Yeah. So what do you think about the whole thing?
Yeah, I do feel that. I'm just wondering what if there's one person rating all of the songs, or if it's each individual choreographer rating their own song in terms of difficulty level. Because maybe that would make more sense if you spread out just the choreographer's songs and see by level what their songs are rated at, as opposed to all of the choreographers at once. Because Alejandro is like a 2 or a 3? I don't remember. But it is a lot harder than what the difficulty level would tell you. And similarly, I think Gangnam Style, as just like one of the dance craze routines, it's a little easier than the 5 would lead you to believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, sure, Gangnam Style isn't really that easy to to
got a lot of stamina
clean.
involved.
Yeah, there's got a lot of stamina. So I think maybe that's what gave it a higher rating.
Yeah, that's true.
But as far as complexity, it's not like the moves were super complex. Like, it was all just really big movements, and there was nothing really too fine about it, you know. So it was, so I don't know. It was a little. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was a 4. I was a little bit surprised that it was a 5.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll say about it. That said, I do think that there are quite a few 5 routines I've noticed, like legit, and I'm not sure if that's kind of the result of maybe, you know, the choreographers given complete free reign when they're doing a routine, and basically they just tell them, here's a song, do a routine for it, like we'll figure out what the rating for it is for it after. And the majority of them, because they're all, you know, they obviously want to do their best for each routine, the choreographers will want to deliver really kind of original stuff. Yeah. Well, inevitably kind of, you know, we'll do a midway kind of intermediate kind of rating difficulty for it. Which is expected. I mean, if we're talking about snowboarding analogies or skiing, like the majority, like 70% of all ski runs are intermediate. Just because like the majority of people will be in the intermediate stage. So they're going to have a few, handful of green runs for beginners, and then a few for really expert skiers. But the majority of them will be for like intermediate stuff. So maybe kind of in some of this, in a little bit of the same way, that's kind of what the songs in Dance Central are. The majority of them are going to be kind of sort of in the middle, just because it's inevitable. The more you do the game, the better you get at it, and the more you're able to kind of tackle the harder routines easily. So
you have the huge library of DLC too,
yeah.
where there are easier songs to go back on.
Yeah.
And it's not like they get old.
Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, I mean, especially with the way they've integrated it with the game, with Dance Central 3, and even throughout every single game, like, DLC's been handled really, really well. Just because, like, you buy something from, if you bought something from DC 1, it'll work in DC 3, which is, like, fantastic, you know? So, you kind of feel like you're getting your money's worth when you buy a DLC, because it's not going to go bad. It's not going to go out, it's not going to be, like, outmoded, or, it's not, basically, it's just still going to be able to use it. I'm totally, I am, you're still going to be able to use the DLC throughout all the games, no matter how far off you bought it. Whether or not those songs work in DC4, I have no idea. I don't know. Well, don't quote me on anything. Neither of us work for Harmonix. We don't know anything. We're in the dark, just like you guys are. This is just speculation. Seriously. Really. So, yeah. So, the hope is, yes, the DLC and all the songs from previous games will work in DC4 for the new Xbox, but we don't know. We'll have to see. Cool. Okay, so before we move on, let's figure out what else we can try here. Okay, I say let's go with green apple. So this is probably the one I don't want to go for the most. This is called, it's Tino Apple Candy. And we didn't
have some Tino.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some Tino candy. So, David, why don't you, try to figure out, like,
what?
I don't know. I was trying to think of. I had a question prepared, then I completely zoned out. So I can't remember right now.
So while you open that,
to do this, yeah.
What has been your favorite routine for DC so far?
DC3 so far. Shit, that's a good question. I will say my favorite routine, the one that I like doing a lot of. By the way, here you go. It's green apple candy. The one I usually warm up with, surprisingly, is some of the 70s songs. I like doing the hustle.
Really?
Yeah. And Turn the Beat Around is a pretty freaking fun routine. As far as a warm-up, those are my favorite warm-up routines. As far as the songs, the routine that surprised the heck out of me, because I dislike the song, but the routine is so freaking fun, is Boom Boom Pow.
Oh, really?
I really like that routine. Like, it's a Marcos routine. He did a freak. I think that's one of my favorite routines in the game for sure. Just because, like, it's got a nice bounce to it. It's got a lot of good attitude and swag, and it's so much fun to do. I can imagine, like, anyone doing that routine for the first time would just be smiling the whole time doing it.
I never got over my dislike for that song.
Yeah, well,
itself.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I still don't like the song, but it's like I'll tolerate it now because the routine's so fun. So just much in the same way that I really wasn't too big on Mr. Saxo Beat, the song, but then after the routine came, I'm like, shoot, yeah, heck yeah, I'll do that.
Great.
Yeah,
this is like a Jolly Rancher.
It looks like a Jolly Rancher. It's a hard candy. It's transparent. It tastes like apple. Big surprise there, right? It is called Tino apple candy.
It's pretty much like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably try the cola one next. Anyway, how about you? What is your favorite routine so far?
Similarly, probably. I really don't like. Crap, I forgot her name. I don't like the song Bass Down Low.
Oh.
I hate the song, and I hate her sing talk. It's just something about sing talk that I just really don't like. But the routine for that was so good.
Yeah.
That it helped me get over all of the dislike that I have.
Right.
For that song.
Right.
Boom Boom Pow can't, because Black Eyed Peas is just irredeemable to me. But
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
The best lyricist ever.
Saturday, it's Friday. Yeah, anyway. I don't know where I was going with that.
But probably I had great memories from that at PAX too. Bass Down Low was pretty great.
Yeah.
But Saxo Beat was good,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, surprisingly, Takeover Control.
Yes, I do like Takeover Control a lot. It's kind of got the right amount of difficulty where you're not afraid of it. You know,
No,
that's what I
no.
feel. You're not afraid of that routine when it comes out. Let's say if you're playing it on like a battle mode thing, you're not gonna be afraid of playing that routine. Whereas I can see why I'd be personally afraid of Bass Down Low, just because you got that jump move and you just gotta throw yourself in. I'm just like, I really need to wear my knees up for this.
I love it.
I need to get some ice on these things because like my knees are gonna hurt after. Or like Party Rock Anthem was a really fun routine, but I can't do that on a regular basis because it's too exhausting. It's a workout. Like it's a lot of effort and it's a good effort, but it's almost like too much work. You know, which in the same way like OMG is a really good routine, really awesome choreography from AJ. I don't want to mispronounce your name, but man, that is not. It's not as fun as I kind of.
I still haven't learned it.
Well, that's because this guy here refuses to use rehearse mode.
It's
because he has a thing against using tutorials or any sort of like help thing, which is fine from a game perspective. Totally.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's not nothing against harmonics and their
Yeah.
rehearse mode or anything like that. It's just like even in fighting games, I just like jump into online battles and I just start fighting people in fighting games. I don't like practicing in anything. Very little patience. Very little patience for anything.
Right.
So when I play any Dance Central song, I just select hard and then I just play it.
Right.
Which I haven't learned to OMG if that says anything.
Yeah. Well, you really do need rehearse mode to master OMG. The thing is, like, I came from more of a like as far as dance is concerned, my approach to dance has always been from like a traditional kind of in a classroom kind of setting, in a class setting. So I'm used to showing up in a class, being in front of a mirror, watching the teacher up in front, laying down the moves to 8 counts, not hearing the music till halfway through the class, and then learning and spending maybe an hour and a half of the class learning just about 10 counts of 8 of choreography from memory, just watching it in front, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, here's the song, and then it's like twice as fast. And it's ridiculous, and the choreography, even the beginner level choreography, is a little bit intimidating at first. And so it's like for me, rehearse has always been an integral part of learning any sort of choreography. So as much as I would love to approach the game as a game, Dance Central as a game, to me, like it really is kind of more of the learning the routine and the dance is kind of more at the forefront. Scoring or not, in the end, it's like I'd much rather do the routine correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so you can play it in 2 ways, right? You can play it like
completely different mindsets.
Yeah, but we both achieve the same thing. In the end, like I'm in for the choreography, so I'd much rather kind of like spend the hours not actually playing the game and just learning the routine because I want to learn the dance. Whereas David is like, no, you know what? I just want to get into the game, just kind of get in there and just like enjoy it and just have my fun and have the experience of learning the routine within the game be the fun part.
Yeah.
So. You know, whereas I feel like a fool because that's me, like my own little ego can't handle not knowing how the routine goes and looking you know, kind of not like don't have it down. Whatever. It's again, it's just my own thing.
I don't really put myself out on the internet as much as you do, so.
Well, yeah, well, fair enough. It's like, I feel like if I'm gonna be the fat guy on camera dancing, I might as well make it look good.
Oh.
Or at least try. You know, I kind of don't want this candy anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna spit it out. I'm gonna go for the cola. Chew thing. What? I'm gonna go for the cola. Your crown, sir. Wow. Alright, I'm only in my second finger. That's what she said. I'll drink, so.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
What's wrong with you? You don't got no time for that.
I think I'm going to pass on the high chew.
What? It's like, you know what? There's no English on this thing. Oh, there really is no English on this thing.
Yeah, what can be in it?
Well, there's a big exploding glass of like exploding cola.
It can be wheat. A big explosion of wheat.
True. That's true.
That I can't have.
Yeah. So in case you, not that it's something you want to.
Common knowledge.
Not as common knowledge, but David is not a fan of wheat.
I am a celiac. Not that I'm not a fan of wheat. Wheat is awesome.
Okay.
But my body cannot tolerate it. Yeah. I am allergic to wheat.
Hence, no wheat.
But it's probably, I don't know, I just don't like chewy candy. And looks like it lucked out, judging from his expression.
You know, it does taste like cola. What's weird about it? Am I turning red right now?
Is the texture?
No, it's like, it's a chewy candy. But it's basically, it is exactly like sucking on a diet, on a Coke.
What?
Cause like, it's weird, cause like it's like a brownish kind of thing on the inside, on the outside, and in the inside are like two tubes of like white gel. So when you break into it, it kind of breaks, and then it kind of like fills your mouth with this like, kind of wettish stuff that kind of merges with like the gelatinous kind of like. It's interesting.
I want
it tastes like cola
to do with that.
And it gets stuck in your teeth too.
Not a fan of high chews.
Oh, good. Okay, so we asked other people. Moving on. So we asked people to, you know, previously to send over their questions because we were doing this vlog and see what kind of they wanted to know.
Yeah, no thanks, Trey and Heather. Giving me no suggestions.
I know. What were they just bitching about? Like, I don't know. Ask questions.
Too last minute. Oh, I'm Trey.
Yeah, you suck, Trey, in your warm Hawaiian Christmas.
Yeah, screw you.
Screw you for posting pictures of you. Screw you for posting pictures of you in front of the pool.
Oh, it rained today in Hawaii.
Oh god, it's
Our
so
month
hot.
was ruined.
It's so hot in Hawaii. God damn it, seriously.
No, shut up, we love you.
Okay, so here's the only response I got, because I have no friends. And I apologize, I'm gonna read this straight, because this is what was sent to me, and we'll try and figure out what it means. Okay, are therefore two Benny Fat characters on the DC story. I just wondering because I have to support my fat people that play DC. I don't know, it might be like a really faulty Google translation thing because it sort of kind of makes sense. But I'm kind of thinking that what he's maybe trying to say is that, you know, what I was bringing up earlier, how like, you know, there's no representation for fat people in Dance Central. And a lot of the people that play Dance Central actually do play it for health. You know, they play it to lose weight. It's a great way to get into a cardio workout.
Like our buddy Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Alex for sure is like using it to lose weight. Sephiros, you're gonna find him on Twitter. I've been using it as well. I put myself on a restricted calorie diet for the last month, and the game is pretty much my cardio. So I get home, I eat, and instead of going out to the gym, I'll just work out here. I'll play for like an hour and a half, and I burn a good 250 calories. Not bad for, you know, and then I'm having fun while I'm doing it. In any case, I think what he's trying to say, in a lot of ways, is like, you want to be able to kind of have some sort of kind of call out to people. Not to say that Harmonix doesn't, because they did do that a promotion before they recognized people who were using the game as a fitness tool. But you know, I mean, when you're playing the game and you're trying to, and you're not exactly a svelte person, and the person you're trying to imitate on screen is skinny, then maybe some people are kind of looking for something a little bit more kind of closer to their own body type. Who knows, really? And again, we realize it's more of a technological limitation why people in the game are really svelte, but at the end of the day, it's like people will just, you know, say what's on their minds, and that's kind of maybe what some people are thinking.
Yeah.
So, in any case, it's like, just as kind of on a side note, with like all these things that we've been saying about what we'd like to see in Dance Central, and what you guys would like to see at Dance Central, I'm sure you've made it well known on the forums, with the Dance Central website, and also with Twitter. Annette Gonzalez and John Drake, all these people have been super, Jessica Brzezinski, have been super like available for you guys. Sorry if I'm chewing. I can't get this thing out of my mouth.
It's because it's gross.
Yeah.
It's because high chew is gross.
Hey man, you just have to get used to this stuff. It's just like, it's Coca-Cola. They've been super open to people. They're super well in touch with the community. And just like this video, the bitching we've been doing, well, I haven't even been bitching, alright, the stuff we've been talking about as far as what we'd like to see, they see all this stuff. They read what you guys have to say about what you'd like to see in the game, about what songs you want, about what characters you want to see portrayed, or costumes, underwear sizes, blood types, who knows, really. But the idea is that they never not see what you want. They may not answer or reply, but the idea is that they know. So, and being Harmonix being the independent company it is, there's so many things that they can do and that they can push forward and really kind of advocate, because they're a nimble company, because they can call the shots for themselves. They don't have to answer to anyone else.
Yeah.
So, you know, and they've proven that they can make a good product. So it's like, if they know it works basically with this game, and trust that if they have it in the game and if they know it'll work, I mean, trust that if they know it'll work, it'll be in the game. If they can't make it work the way that they really want for it to work, that they know will be be enjoyed by the majority of people, they're not going to risk it. They're not going to put in the game and half-ass something because, you know, or because someone asked for online play, so even if it's laggy, you're going to put it in there.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Like, it's like, why ruin the experience for you know, just to satisfy the idea that you can play remotely with someone. Like, I think part of the whole idea too of keeping it just local is that it encourages you to have people over, because dancing is inherently kind of a social experience. You want to be able to, you know, have fun with, you know, of doing a goofy thing like Gangnam Style with other people. You know, I mean, it's fun when I play by myself, but it's nowhere near as fun as when I have David over and my other friends over when we do this game. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with keeping it local, just because that really is the best experience you could possibly have with the game, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And they definitely listen to all of the requests and all of the feedback that they get. Like, you know how much people bitched about wanting Gangnam Style in the game? I think it was like to a level where Annette was scarred from having people request Gangnam Style repeatedly over and over and over to her, again and again and again. They got it done. They heard you. They know what you want.
Yeah, if you guys haven't already seen that really awesome video feature on that Polygon did on called Making Gangnam, that they made featuring Harmonix and their journey towards creating the choreography and the production process they went through for putting out Gangnam Style. Watch it. Go to polygon.com. I think if you type Making Gangnam on YouTube, you'll find that video as well. It's a really interesting feature. The video is a good introduction to the article, but read the article as well. It's got a lot of really good points on how they actually produce the song, the type of work they have to go through to make these things happen. You know, so basically, like when they were doing the press junkets in Asia, in Korea and Taiwan, all these places, they didn't even know they were gonna get the song. It's just they heard all of a sudden, like, was it Matt Bach was interviewing, and he's like, yeah, I think I'd like to have that song in the game. They were like, what? So you have to make it happen, you know. So it's like. But the fact that they were able to do it in like a month, they had like a month to do it.
Yeah, they wanted to get that in the game as soon as possible.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, and they did. You can imagine, like it was just a glimmer. It was a glimmer in their eye, the idea of having Gangnam Style in the game back when they had the demo at PAX in September and beginning of September when we went. And by the time the game, by then the song came out when? And was it beginning of December? Or no, it was like the end of November.
Mid to end November.
It was mid to end November. I think it wasn't October. It was like a month. They were able to put out a song they didn't know anything about 2 months prior in the game, fully featured, full choreography, full detection, everything, and QC and all that stuff, QA and all that stuff. Like that is freaking amazing. That dedication right there.
The floor move.
Yeah, the floor move, the cat thingy. And, oh look, this actually works. I should probably do a Christmas version of that song though, just because this whole thing works now. Yeah, yeah. You have to let me have this thing because I don't have any hair to whip around.
Yeah,
so usually it's kind of a treat when I have something.
Let you have that.
Yeah, I think I got a little dizzy there. Oh yeah. Oh no.
What else you been playing?
Oh. I love the Walking Dead game. It's an awesome game. We were talking earlier about like the fact that Harmonix is an indie company, and then all these other games that we kind of appreciated just from a sheer, from a creative standpoint. So you have the Walking Dead game, which totally made the story and the experience of actually walking and experiencing life in this new in this new world with these characters, and that was central to the game. It wasn't even necessarily about I have to like Twitch game this thing and I have to use this fast to do this. No, it's really just about experiencing life as these characters and developing an affinity and a relationship with these characters. And that's what made the game so excellent. And then David was telling me about, I didn't know that this game existed until David told me about it, on PS3 called Journey. And then right. Journey is like, I saw it. He played it and I was hanging out at his house. Awesome. It was so beautiful. Like the way the game was made, and then the way that the gameplay was, the idea that you could play with other random people, with other actual human beings.
Random
and then the thing about if you're in a world and it's like a snowed-in world, and if you stay near another character, you both use each other's warmth and you extend your life. That's such a beautiful kind of organic way of integrating gameplay into
with no communication.
With no communication, that's fantastic, And the fact that the game apparently now is nominated for like some crazy like orchestral award.
It's been nominated for a lot of awards.
Yeah, I mean no doubt. I mean I saw it, and the 10 minutes that I saw, I didn't even play it, but I saw it was just completely amazing. So
yeah,
I mean not for me talking about it because you're the one who played about it. So I mean what drew you to that game?
No, the art style basically.
Right, because your background is kind of like with
my background is with animation. The art style, gorgeous. Music, gorgeous. The animation was gorgeous. Majority of the game is in sand. So just the way that you're animating walking and sliding through sand, the wind physics, amazing. If you have a PS3, you're doing yourself a disservice not having it.
Right.
That's basically it.
Yeah, it's actually, although I will say the game that's going to make me get a PS3, and I don't have one right now, is The Last of Us. Cannot wait for that game. The game looks freaking awesome.
You can play the Uncharted series after that.
Yeah, that's true. I can play Uncharted after that, but Journey is the only other game that I want to get for PS3 once I finally have a PS3.
It's amazing.
So it's just like it looks that amazing. And then so back to The Walking Dead. I think like part of the thing that makes it successful, because David asked me earlier about like, so what exactly is it with the decisions you make? Does it really radically change like what happens in the game? That's what he asked me, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I said was it doesn't actually necessarily completely change the outcome or the plot of the game. What it does change is your perspective and your with your relationship of the characters that you surround yourself with. Like there are other games where you follow a predefined script, like say like Final Fantasy, and there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. But then if there's a certain character,
so Final Fantasy sucks now.
No, I have no opinion of Final Fantasy. I've only played Final Fantasy 7. I didn't even finish it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I can't do JRPGs. I'm sorry. I'm just not a big fan. But then with that game, it's like, with the game like that, where it's more of a linear plot line, it's like you have no choice. You can't do really much with hating or if there's a particular character you dislike, you can't really do much about it. You just have to go with the flow of the story. With the Walking Dead game, you can actually form allegiances in a way. You can really either help out the people you like, or you can totally ditch them. And there's that kind of mentality that if someone dies or someone gets offed or someone gets eaten by a zombie, you're kind of like, either really distraught by it because it's a terrible thing because you like them, or you're relieved by it because you hated their guts anyway. So it's kind of like your perspective of how the game progresses and how, you know, adapts just as well as the characters in the game, as the character in the game's attitude does. So
it's like, yeah, he deserved to be eaten by a zombie.
Yeah, it's like,
he totally deserved to be eaten by that zombie.
Yeah, it's like, who am I gonna save now? This guy or this guy? Well, I kind of thought he kind of gave me a weird look at the other thing. I'm gonna go with this guy. Like, I'm exaggerating, but that's the idea. The fact that you can be as petty as you want with your reasons for helping one person and not another.
Yeah.
But that's all your decisions, and you're gonna have to live with the consequences. And that's what I guess makes the game. You know.
He's sexy. He's on my side.
You know, it's like, you're such a dick, but you're hot. Is basically what you're saying. So, but you can do that. You can do that. You have the option to totally do that.
I would be the worst survivor. Zombie apocalypse.
Oh god, you're just rating people on how hot they are. You should just be walking out with the shirts tied around their midriffs like it's, yeah, look at my six pack.
I'll save you.
Look at my six pack. Save my abs. Save the abs. Save the abs, David. That's what you're basically saying, people.
It's my zombie apocalypse.
It is your zombie apocalypse, I will say. That is your prerogative, my friend.
I'm playing Guild Wars right now. Guild Wars has been awesome.
Right.
One of the composers or sound designers used to work for Harmonix.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Very
I thought
cool.
that was really neat. Great game. What other stuff? Not really playing anything else at the moment.
Playing Rock Band Blitz once in a while. I think I have hit my age limit as far as speed. Just because, like, I feel like I can't get any better at that game at this point. It's one of those things where it's like Twitch gaming, like your fast reaction kind of really counts for a lot, and I don't know, maybe I'm getting old, I don't know.
No,
For everyone,
cool.
for everyone wondering, I'm 36. I'm just putting it up.
What?
Man, shut up.
What?
I just told you that before, didn't I?
Yeah, no, I already know that.
Yeah, I did.
No big deal.
What?
No big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, you already knew that. Why are you reacting? Anyway, so never
Just
mind.
kidding.
No, I know. I'm sensitive, alright? God. I figure it's better to just, like, hey.
He's still sensitive about it.
No, not so sensitive. No, I mean, like, it's just kind of funny how, like, once in a while I get a comment going like, hey, that's really good. You're better than my dad.
Oh, that's not a nice comment.
I'm like, I guess it's a compliment if I'm better than people my own age, but I don't know.
All of my comments are just like, how old are you?
Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend?
No, it's always, do you have a girlfriend? Sorry, ladies.
Sorry, ladies.
Don't swing that way.
Alright, okay, so I figure it's time, we're just dragging this shit on for no reason. We're not getting any more sober, so we're gonna use this moment to sign off now. Thank you guys very much for watching. We apologize for the hour-long video. Or
It'll be cut down.
I'll have to cut this down.
It'll be super cut down.
Yes, but
it won't be an hour when you see this.
No, well, it'll be 59 minutes. But the idea is that it will be sort of interesting. Just think of this as like one of those. No, it's not a live. No, I'm not even going to compare it to Harmonix's live streams. This is just way more pathetic. I'll provide little points that you can jump forward ahead in time because I don't expect anyone to really drag their asses through this entire thing. Maybe your closest friends, if you really are our friends, you'll watch it from end to end.
Yeah, Trey, jerk.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Robert Glesson. God, sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. He's been writing some stuff for rockband.com, really cool Rock Band Blitz guides. Go check it out on rockband.com. But yes, that's about it for today. I'm going to be taking a break because I am going on vacation. So I will be making new videos next year. However, I will have a few videos, as many as I can post before I leave this year. So maybe I'll have at least 1, maybe up to 3. We'll see how it works out, how exhausted I get. I have to pack. I can't go naked. So we'll just have to kind of like wing it from there. But then I will be back making videos again in January. And with that, Again, thank you very much to Mr. David here for being my guest.
No problem.
Having this back and forth banter and eating food for no reason and drinking indiscriminately. Thank you so much again, guys, and see you in the new year.